But say, Adam, I really would love to find out more about your hesitation to date, because I'm really interested in dating, committed relationship. I like getting to know you, but at some point I'd like to have a relationship. I would like one with you. So let's talk about what's your difficulty with going to the next step and say that we're dating. Maybe let's do a trial dating for a month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds like you got to baby the guy a little bit, but
yeah.
But I think that's something for you to communicate from your power, because you're not in any form of power right now. And I think we are establishing, you really do like him. He's probably your top 5 except for the commitments. Do you understand how energetically you can be disarmingly, refreshingly honest and vulnerable and put him at ease while getting some information from him?
Mm-hmm. And especially that I don't feel the stress as much anymore. That would be a lot easier for me to do.
Exactly. You're not so tied into the answer.
Right.
Non-attachment. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I do, like Dean has a point, though, and I do worry about what is it that it makes it okay for him to be like this and me not to, like, why am I okay with this? And why have I been okay with this?
I'm going to tune in.
There's a payoff.
I'm going to tune into it, okay? Because I actually thought about this about 10 minutes ago. Because it heard in my intuition, ask Kelly, where else in her life, at what point, did she just resign to not, like, did you not get the lead in the school play or something like that, where you were just like, I guess this is just not in the cards for me. So hold on, let me see what I get when I'm asking you. Hold on.
Okay.
Seventh grade. Did you begin to compare yourself to other people at all?
Yes, I think that would be exactly the time. Yeah, well, more. Yeah, my image, my body. I started noticing it like being fat, even though it wasn't at all. But
right, that's the time.
And then I started worrying about my clothes, and that's when I started definitely comparing myself.
Okay. That's something I want to pull the plug on, because that's something that's preventing you. It's, again, like if everybody had cheered, Kelly, have another temper tantrum. That was awesome. Yeah. You'd still be pitching a fit today, right?
Yeah.
Learn conditioning. Definitely. 7th grade, I'm getting. You're a very confident woman, girl, whatever, at the time. And all of a sudden, like we all do around that age, we go, oh, is he like her more than me? And we go into this taking things deeply personal. And sometimes we can just go, oh, I'll never get to that level, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back in time, reframe this, again, ask for healing, so that you go back in 7th grade and remember that it's not competing against anyone else. It's only being the best you. So here you are, and everyone's cheering, yay, Kelly! She's dynamite. I don't know what age 7th grade, but, there she is, woo, Kelly! Now, when a guy is dating you and says, I'm not sure if I want a commitment with you, can you imagine that energy that you're all there and present with, full of your divine self? You'd be like, what's wrong with you? Instead of what happens when we're wounded, like we go, oh, of course, well, I can't get that anyway. I might as well just settle because I can't have that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's funny. I mean, I really do feel that before then, I mean, I was extremely, very confident, didn't care what anybody thought or said about me, and then all of a sudden, I honestly see myself in my head walking down the hall, and all of a sudden just, like, starting to, like, put my head down and just kind of walk and not pay attention, kind of keep to myself, because all of a sudden it meant more,
Oh, it's huge. I remember I had the wrong saddle shoes, and it was painful.
Right.
Ostracized and very, very difficult times.
Right.
But that's psychically what I heard. And now understand that we can heal this, just like what happened a couple of weeks ago when I said you were operating out of a competition. If you were operating out of I'm not as good as the next person, it's going to cause you to just be a little more resigned. Now, I want to pull the plug on that. You understand? Because that was false programming. You are equal in the eyes of God in spirit. You are no better or no less than, quite frankly, than everyone else. That's how I see myself. you know. If Dean says there's always someone prettier, gee, thanks, Dean. But, you know, we've had these conversations where if we get all hung up in, and I'm like, no, there's not. He's laughing.
Yeah.
But I'm the best self I can be, and I can't afford energetically to get hung up in thinking anything else, quite frankly, and have the energy to be in my true spirit and offer the world the gifts that I'm here to offer if I'm thinking about, you know, my complexion or if I, you know, shouldn't have had that brownie. Well, I did, and I and be the best that I can, but that's where that self-love and knowing that Dean and I are going to grow old together. And he's really not hung up and looks for himself, which is really great. He's like, I don't know, like Johnny Depp or something. I don't like that comparison or anything. I just think Dean's like the greatest guy in the world, and I'm really only attracted to him, and I really, really mean that. I mean, I watch some of the TV morning talk shows, and I see some of them that are married swoon over this Hollywood star or something. I was like, I just don't really get that. I'm really in love with the person I'm in love with.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
And so if Adam comes over tonight or not, I hope you can begin to have a conversation with him. Like, when you do have him over, remember that you are amazing, and you don't have to be anything less than or better than. When you can come from that powerful place of authentically being who you are, honoring and recognizing that you have gifts to share, and he's the one to receive them, and you here to receive what are his outstanding qualities. I feel like he's going to energetically be more receptive to you, as opposed to, you know, when are we going to start dating? There's a totally different conversation. You agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. I mean, and I do. I already feel kind of like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? You know, in terms of like, why am I letting him get away with this? And
do you understand it from that little spot reading I did for you about back in 7th grade and how that kind of takes hold?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, really, it's that simple though, because I mean, I get that it could be.
Well, it's not that simple to have. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Dean, maybe you can help address this too. I went through that age just like you did. I became hyperly aware that I was maybe not as something as someone else. I may have been more than or less than. All of a sudden, I was aware that there were comparisons being made. And up until maybe about 12 years old, we have an idealistic childhood, and we're not thinking about that when we're out throwing softballs and playing kick the can, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, we get in this environment called hormones in high school, and we start to look different, and we start to compare ourselves, or we get compared to, and the guy we like may like someone else, and suddenly we want to know why that is, because we're so fabulous. But it does, it's not that simple that it starts to erode what we think about ourselves. I'm just saying, at my age, at 47, and starting transformation work probably 7 years ago when I wrote my book and gone through some of the devastating depressions and things that I've suffered and anxiety, that through the work that I'm doing with you, I've worked with people. Dean and I met doing a program where he was working on himself, so we were doing this kind of personal self-improvement work together, and I really started to develop a healthy self-love for myself. It's invaluable. So if I wasn't with Dean, I'm just saying, especially since the experience with Dean, if anything would ever happen or he passed away, I don't even want to date again. I'm just saying there's something inside of me that knows that I can have what I want, and it's not unreasonable, and that I deserve it. So my question to you is whether, do you not think you deserve it, or do you think you don't really want him? And I'm getting that you think you really do want him, which leaves it to be that you just don't think that you can really deserve it because of those things that we talked about.
Right. I think that is very true.
So that's not simple. It's not simple to get yourself to a state of mind where you're like, I'm like amazing, and you're but not be snobby about it or arrogant about it, but really authentically powerful.
Right. I mean, because I do. I don't know. I'm trying to process this a little bit, but because I mean, it is like we have a great time together. He is extremely nice and sweet and genuine, which I love, and yeah, we have fun, and we have a lot in common, and it could be really good, but I guess maybe, yeah, I don't know.
You need to have the conversation. You need to have the conversation at some point. I would say within the next month. I gave you till summer, but at any point,
August.
Right. But if you can do this energetically, what we're talking about, being vulnerable and being powerful. Being vulnerable to say, I really like you, Adam. I feel like we'd have a great relationship. I really care about your feelings, and I'm wondering what it is that would make you more comfortable about being in a committed relationship to me. Maybe we could do a trial dating for a month. I mean, just if you just go in totally not attached and clinging to some answer, you have a right to ask that question, and you could really maybe find some things out that he needs to express to you moving forward. Well, Kelly, I never, ever, ever want to get married. I never want to be committed. Well, then you might need to make a different decision, Kelly, right? Or, Kelly, I really just see you as a friend. Oh, well, thanks. Good to know. I'll find the guy that doesn't see me that way. So I think that we're doing a little bit of time wasting here if you let this go on too much further.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree.
And you don't have time in your life for that.
No.
You keep thinking that there's going to be some epiphany, but I'm saying I don't think he's going to jump off the fence and come running and spill his guts and blurb out or blast out, Kelly, this is how I feel. I feel like you've got to coax him gently by being disarmingly and refreshingly vulnerable and genuinely caring enough about him to say, what's going on, Adam? I really value you, and however languaging you want. You agree, Dean?
I do.
I think that would really work.
The one thing I wanted to add earlier was that you're off the market. You don't, Mr. Right can't find you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a
He's tying up your time.
The price you pay is
He's
time.
not giving you anything.
Right.
I don't like that.
That's true.
You've got to see well, that's what we really wanted to establish if you really did want to move forward. And he keeps coming up as your top 5, so I'm gonna buy that one for now, and I'm gonna have you, as homework, really work on that conversation gently, disarmingly, like you're just really inquiring, like you would ask a best friend, what's going on with you? And don't make it about you or needing this or having to have him date you, just genuinely curious. You see the difference?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we just got a couple minutes left. Awesome. All right, well, I hope this has been helpful, and I send you all my love and blessings and courage with this, and I know that you don't even need it. You've got it, Kelly. You're making some great shifts. You can do this, right?
Okay.
Because you genuinely do want to know.
I guess.
And it doesn't really matter what he says, because you're fine by yourself anyway, right?
Right. That's true. That is very true.
What have you got to lose? Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Well, you're so welcome. All right. We'll talk to you next week, and I'll talk to you in class next Tuesday. Listen to the recording, and
yes, I will.
And I send you all the best.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See you guys next week.
Bye,
All right.
Bye.
Good luck. Bye. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching today. And we'll be here next week, same time. And I send you much love and many blessings. Have an awesome week.